residence.
Okay, my name is Kimwana Hall. I've lived in Irvine since 1992. I'm also a member of Christ Our Redeemer Church. I was in the church a couple of weeks back, and the pastor had made a statement that stuck with me. He had announced that you all would be coming to see us, and he asked us, did we know the group of people that were discriminated against the most? And naturally, I thought in my mind, okay, it's blacks. But he said it was women. So I had decided to bring a couple of my friends here. We are all in a program at the Harbor Justice Center, the courthouse, on Jamboree, and we, as a stipulation of the program, we're required to attend civic events like this in the community. We meet every Monday, and it's about 25 or so women that are in that group with me. And I told them, I began to tell them about, the meeting here and the requirements of us being here, and they told me, they shared with me, one thing, I'm the only black woman in that group. And one thing that stood out was that with all the women that were there, the stories that they shared with me was sexual discrimination, not so much racial discrimination stories. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I shared my own individual story inside the video testimony, so I brought them so that they can also let you guys hear some of their stories. Thank you.
We'll make sure we have your name and city residence for the record.
My name is Kim McGentry. I live in Costa Mesa, California. I've lived there my whole life. I'm 41 years old. I am too, I've been in trouble. I have a past, and but I have a view from the other side of things. I've been in Orange County Jail, and I've seen a lot of violence in Orange County Jail due to the deputies in the jail. And my question is that if we have these people that are so important and they're so in control of what's going on, then they should know that there's a room in the Orange County Jail where there are no cameras, where they take people and they beat the crap out of them, like whenever they feel like it, and that's where they go to do it. And I've been in the kitchen of that jail, and I've heard a girl getting beat up so bad that, people were just crying and holding hands, and we were told to be quiet, and we had to let that happen, and there's nothing that we can do about it. We just have to sit there and wait until it's over. And I've been in that situation a few times. I've seen somebody passing kidney stones and been told not to push that button, because if we push that button and a policeman officer has to come there, we're going to all be in big trouble. So people have to suffer pain and violence because of this, and we have to keep our mouth shut, and there's nothing we can do about it, and I don't think that's fair. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
My name is Captain Thompson, and I live in Irvine, and I too recently was at OCJ for the first time ever. I just want to say that I know some of us maybe not angels, but some of the things that go on there. I just wanted to say that there's some of us that maybe just because we get out of those bars doesn't mean we're never gonna forget what we saw when we were in those jails. And I hope that something gets done about that. Thank you.
My name is Rhonda. I'm really nervous. And I live in Newport Beach. And I've also been in Orange County Jail. I was a previous drug user. And I was detained one time, and two ladies singled me out and took me in a room and strip searched me and made me spread my legs as far as I could for 15 minutes, told me to cough. And my legs would keep giving out and touching the walls, and they keep making me do it over and over again while they were laughing. And one at a time, I was walking down the street, I was homeless, and some guy pulled over and tried to help me. He wanted me to take me to a shelter because it was really cold, and for like 15 minutes I went to get in his vehicle. And so finally I got in the vehicle, and he called his friend and went up to take me to a shelter, and 30 seconds later, this is in Westminster, the 3 policemen pulled over and for 2 hours harassed me thinking I was a hooker and kept asking me questions, joking around, and I mean, they were just having a good old time, but just because, we use drugs doesn't mean we're bad people, we all make mistakes, and but there was one deputy and the women in there unbelievably cruel. And there was one woman in there, I remember, and we all asked her when she was doing count one night, how come she was so nice? And one time she was wearing one of the jail cells, and 2 inmates pulled her in a room and started beating her up. And one of the inmates came to the rescue. And she said, and because of that reason, she was kind to all the girls in there. She says, you have to give respect to get respect. Thank you.
My name is Oden, and I live in Coda de Casa. One night after leaving service on a Thursday night, which I teach Bible study, I was driving home towards South County, and an officer, I stopped in a convenience store, and the sheriff, as I came out, I saw her parked, but I pulled out and I started driving down the street, and as I made my next left turn, I was pulled over. And I pulled over, she said, may I see your driver's license and your registration? I said, sure, officer. So I pulled out the driver's license, and as I gave it to her, I said, what have I done? And she said, she looked at the driver's license, and then she said, forget the registration. She said, they're stealing cars. I drive an Escalade, and I have personalized driver's license plates, which is the name of my company on it. And she said, but they're still in Escalades, and so I just wanted to ask you how you like your car. I said, I like my car. And she said, well, okay, well, go on, have a good evening. And so that was my, I never understood that, but as I thought about it through all of this process, is that's an example of, the young lady made the testimony about driving a nice car, and after she saw the driver's license, and actually probably saw me, she realized that I had stolen it, but it was with a personalized license plate that had not been reported.